Hi guys, this is another lesson full of examples on quadratic formula, when to use it and how to use it and why to use it. The why is because we use it to find solutions of roots of any quadratic equation. Now, a quadratic equation is going to look like this, okay? You need to go back to my first video. I've got a video on just this alone, how to work it out all by itself. None of this, okay? This is an extra step. So you need to go back to my other video. Just look for quadratic equations using formula. That's what you need first. But if you already watched it or you already know what you're doing, let's do this add-on. This is just using compound shapes with rectangles only. So first thing we do is work out our compound shape. Now, there is numbers here, but they're so tiny you can't see them. So I'll direct it to you. So we have x minus 5 by 3x plus 2 and 4 by 2x minus 1. And the total area equals 10 centimetre squares. Now it's asking us for A to show that equation equals 0. So the first thing we need to do is work out our compound shape. So x minus 5 times 3x plus 2 plus 4 times 2x minus 1 equals 10. That's it. We have now laid out our algebra ready to solve it. Now, by this point, you would know how to do triple brackets and know how to work it out, okay? So all I've done is I've worked these two out first, then I've done this. Second, 4 times 2x is 8x, 4 times minus 1 is minus 4, and that all equals 10. Simplify it, collect like terms. Same again, and we have to make it 0 because we need to put it into a quadratic equation, so it's in this format. So the 10 over becomes a negative 24 equals 0. So we have made it look like this. So this was our answer, and I'm happy it looks like that. So I'm now ready to go on to step 2. Now step 2 is using our quadratic equation. For those watching this now and they've watched the other video, you will understand this. So all we're doing is plugging in our A, which we know is 3, B, which we know is minus 5, and our C, which is negative 24. A, B, and C. And now we're just going to plug it in to our formula. So we have minus 5. Sorry, these need to be drawn in. So we have minus 5, and we have minus 5 squared, minus 4 times 3 times minus 24, 2 times 3. So all we've done is we've plugged it all in to our quadratic equation. Same as normal, put it into your calculator. 5 minus 5 squared is plus 25, because you can't have a negative squared, minus 288 divided by 6. And then plug it into your calculator and you will get 313 divided by 6. Now we're ready to find our positive and negative roots. So what we do is, let's work on the positive part first. So we have 5 plus 17.6918 divided by 6 gives us 22.6918 divided by 6. And your answer will be 3.782. That's our first one. So all you've done is you've plugged everything into a calculator and you'll spit out this answer. And remember, it's not a negative here, purely because it's already a negative. And what does a negative and a negative make? A plus. Same again, but this time it's minus 5 minus that, put it into the calculator, and you will get minus 2.1151. Okay? So that is how to solve that question. But I think it states for B, find x to 3 significant figures. So we're going to find it at 3.87. I've actually done that already. Oh no, let's take that off. To 3 significant figures. So we're going to do it again. So put all that into our equation. Same again, x times 2x is 2x squared. Got to remember to put my squares in. So we're doing the 2 first, then we add that on the end. Guys, there should be squares here. And when you've extended it all out, remember it's got to be into this format to solve it, which it is. So we have A equals 2, B equals 6, C equals minus 38. But here's a tip. Because they're all even numbers, we can simplify it. And as you know, simplifying things makes, well, things simple. So I divided it all out by 2. So now we have A equals 1, B equals 3, C equals minus 19. So it's easier to work with. So let's try this again. So we have our negatives there. So that's a square. 3 squared is 9, minus 76, all over 3, when you put that into your calculator. Same again, equals 85, because a negative and a negative equals a plus, over 3. Now we need our 2 solutions, positive root and the negative root. So let's work on our plus. So we have negative 3 plus 9, and it's staying as a negative, remember, because our B, should I say, is a plus. So it stays as a negative, okay? So there's no negative equals a plus like that one. It literally is a negative. So negative 3 plus 9.2195 over 3. Put it all into the calculator. And our answer is 3.109. Now let's do the negative root. Minus 3 minus 9.2195, because we're looking at the negative root. And you should get minus 6.109. Okay, so you should get that answer. It's asking us for up to 3 significant figures. So I'm going to choose the positive as it matches restraints. So it's going to be 3.11. I'm going to choose that one. Okay. So this is the final question, and we're going to use exactly the same steps as before, but we're going to do it together. If you want to pause the video and try it yourself, then check your answer after, that's absolutely fine. So first step is put our equation into the right form. So we've done our x minus 1, 3x plus 4, and all that equals 8. We've collected like terms and simplified, and we've made it into the correct form. So we've made it equal 0. So we're all ready. So now we need to pop those into our A, B and C. And as you can see, A is 3, B is 7, and C is negative 30. Right, let's begin. What should we put here? Well, we know that it's minus B plus, it's a B squared. So we're going to put B in here, and we're going to square it. Minus 4 times A, which is 3, times C, which is minus 30. And we're going to times this by A, which is 3. pop that into the calculator, we get 49 minus 360. And we're going to divide that by 6 now. And then we're going to get 49 minus 30 is 409 because it becomes a plus. You can put that into your calculator, gives us our 6. So now we're going to work out our positive and our negative roots. So let's start with our plus. So we're going to do minus 7 plus square root of 409 all over 6, which gives us, well, it's a bit of a long one actually. So this one, well, it'll actually give us minus 7 plus 20.2237. Lots of decimals on these. Divided by 6. And then when you put that into the calculator, you should get 2.20395. There we go. Bit of a long one there. Next one, same again, 409, but it's a negative. So we're going to do negative 7, negative 409 by 6. This time you're going to get negative. You would put all that in again, but with a negative here. I'd just like to clarify that. So you'd repeat this, but it would be a negative here, which you would get out your calculator minus 27.2237 all over 6. And when you pop that into your calculator, your new number is minus 4.5378 on. So the answer says find x to 3 significant figures. Well, I'm going to go with a positive because that meets our constraint. So I'm going to put x1 equals 2.20 to 3 significant figures. So these would be a 5-mark question, I believe, maybe 6 at a push. I'm going to be honest with you. It looks really scary, but it's not. Because if you think about it logically, you know how to do a compound shape and you know how to do a formula, quadratic formula. Putting them together, it's magic. But apart from that, go to my website. I've actually got this video on there, and next to it is a worksheet, and that worksheet has questions like this with full answers so you can test yourself. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.